Hey up, you alright? So I'm going to talk to you today about a little app called Tinder and what I think are the rules / things that annoy me about Tinder. And if you don't know what Tinder is, it's like a dating app for people with iPhones, and basically it takes all your Facebook information, and so you've got like your pictures, your interests, your friends, blah 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 blah. So then when you're scrolling through people, it says these are your shared interests, these are your shared friends, these are the pictures of them doing whatever. And it's good because like if you swipe yes and he swipes yes, then you are a match and then you can talk. But if you swipe yes and he swipes no, then what? You don't talk. It's only people that you're matched with. I'm probably not explaining this very well, but I assume most people know what Tinder is. I'm not usually one to like join a dating app, given that I've never really had a problem finding dates before, except that was before I moved to Hong Kong. And it's now been a year and a half since I've had a boyfriend, and I don't particularly want one. I just think it would be nice to talk to a male every now and again, because I just don't seem to have male friends out here. But it's like the law, like, you can male friends? No. So, hello. And basically what I've noticed with Tinder is that people must just put things on and like either not think about it or think about it and want like an extreme reaction. Because I don't think people realise like what you put on Tinder is what everybody else sees. Okay, what you put on Tinder is what people see you as. Like, I just don't understand how you could not just like make that connection. So my first rule for Tinder, if you're thinking of joining, by the way, I've not been sponsored by Tinder and they definitely won't want to sponsor me by the end of this. Just to quieten everyone who's going, ah, she's been sponsored by Tinder, that's why she's talking about Tinder. It couldn't be the fact that I've actually just had an idea, or I'm angry about something, or I just want to talk about something. As if it's against my moral background to talk about something without being paid. But yes, this is the first rule of Tinder. Be aware of what you put on your profile, okay? So when you have a picture of you and just this other girl, that makes me think that's your girlfriend / wife. And either you two are swingers or you want to cheat on her. Or I go to, that is your ex-girlfriend and you are still desperately attached. Do I want to like you on Tinder? Do I want to have a conversation with you? Absolutely not. I'd rather shit in my hands than clap, thanks. Swipe no. When you have pictures of you and the friends, just you and friends in every photo, that tells me that you are the ugly one. You are the ugly one. No. When you have no bio, I think you've got something to hide. You have nothing to say about yourself. No. And I really like people that put quotes in their bio, because that tells me like exactly what type of person you are. For instance, if you have a Marilyn Monroe quote in your bio, that tells me that you take life advice from a drug addict who had mental health issues. That's exactly what you're putting out to the world. That's exactly what I think. I'm like, right, okay, no, absolutely not. Pretentious quotes about life, couldn't care less, stop it. A quote about your looks and how hard you work at the gym to get the perfect sculpted body, blah 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 blah, no. A quote trying to be funny about like how much you eat, I don't care, no. Like I just this is what you're putting out, this is exactly what you are showing. Here's a couple of rules about when you actually send people messages if you found yourself to be a match. Number one, don't send identical messages to people. You will get caught. Even in a city as small as Hong Kong with 8 million people, you will get caught. There was a situation where me and like 5 of my friends were talking about Tinder one night, and then we're like, oh yeah, and then there was this guy, she showed me his like profile or whatever, and I was like, oh, I've got him. She was like, yeah, I was his first ever match, and I was like, oh, he said that to me. And then it went round, and then like I messaged him being like, oh, so it turns out we have some mutual friends, you know, X, Y, Z, da da da, and I was like, oh yeah, they are Tinder friends. And I was like, oh yeah, for your first ever match, gonna delete this app, blah 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 blah. I love the people that are like, I hate Tinder so much, I'm gonna delete it, it's so pathetic. And he's like, I clearly know that you go on it all the time, because it says when you're last active, so you're clearly not gonna delete it. And like, I don't care. Are you aware that I am also using the app? Like, that is how it works. Lost my mind. You bloody pillar. I think this is my main gripe, because writing is like a cognitive process. You have to think about what you're doing and then do it. It's not like when you go to work and then you're like, oh, How did I get here? Because you're going through the motions. You have to think about it. And so people will send messages like, hey Tinderella, love, 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 love. Or, I think you're really attractive. I have a big cock, by the way. What are you thinking? What is the possible outcome of this message that you want? Are you a masochist? Because I can really rip you to shreds. Do you like being insulted, or do you like being ignored? Because really there are better ways to being ignored than on Tinder. I just really don't understand, like, at all. And I think those are my general thoughts on Tinder at the moment. I realise by making this video that I have now shot every chance I ever had of finding a match on Tinder ever. Because people will say this and they're like, she is an aggressive nitpicker that judges people for liking Marilyn Monroe, because I do. I'm okay with that. I think I've been single for long enough that I am just okay with it. Once again, I don't know how to end a video, so thanks for subscribing and watching. Be safe on Tinder. Don't meet up with a pedophile.